Welcome back, everyone, to our Let's Play series of Motorsport Manager. So we're coming off of another great race, another win for us, but Car 2 is definitely lagging behind where we need them to finish. And of course, we know why that is. And I know that's probably very frustrating to some of you, not having seen any of the comments, but I'm sure it's frustrating because a lot of people want to just run through here and win the championships as quickly as possible. And that's the way I was too toward the beginning of the playthrough. But now, several hundred hours into the game, I am very much patient about this because I'm having a good time building up the HQ, and the performance of our car is great. So I am having a blast with this. Let's go ahead and get started with our mail, and we'll move through all of this stuff. We had another great performance from the pit crew, and by great I mean no errors. All right, let's answer our one question. Let's see. Oh, we've got an agent telling everyone all over town. Absolutely, who wouldn't want this person? Wow, that's, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Look at how much she's getting paid per race. $537,000. Not bad at all. We don't have anybody near that. All right, so next up is the pit crew. Let's see who is available for hire. So there's a couple of them down right off the bat. I like this. Okay, I like that a lot. Those are some good numbers. Okay, let's go back to the hire screen. And yes, I like this quite a bit as well. Not sure how many slots I actually have available there. All right, not really interested here, so we'll go ahead and reject that one. Okay, let's replace the fatigue crew, and immediately it does all the wrong things, so let's swap these guys out. And 9 there. All right, let's see. Let's make sure we've got who we want. Let's look at the refueling first. Of course, these guys are getting some rest. Okay, not bad. And let's see where we want to go. We want this driver actually changing tires. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing there. Some pretty good numbers on both the refueling, the fixing, and the tires. Okay, not bad. And the others down here are simply getting some rest. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. Get that car repair done. Looks like we got some sponsor offers to deal with. Okay, so now we're looking at being completely done 6 days after the race. Of course, that is perfectly fine. And that will then free us up to spend all of our time on the components for car number 2. So we're in great shape moving forward. Okay, how many sponsorship slots do we have? Okay, we have 1 slot to fill, and we already have our 3 offers. So let's take a look. Wow, a 4-star offer? Really? Are we in the 4? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I like it. I did not realize we had made it quite that high. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We've got 8, 10, and 7. I like this $2.75 million. Let's see what the math is on that. Let's break out the old calculator and see what that comes to. That is $343,000 per race. We will take it. I know there's some $400,000 offers, but I believe those are 5-star offers. So $343, not bad. Of course, it's going to change what the finance screen looks like, but we're not going to worry too much about that. And yeah, that is looking great. Okay, let me make sure we got. All right, I wanted to take another quick look. How much increase are we looking at here? See, the brakes, this is going to be a very good increase there. Even though we're not going to quite make it all the way, yeah, these are going to be some very nice increases in performance. All right, biggest thing you look for during this time is you look for some of those emails that either cost you money or help you out. Okay, we got a vote that's happening right now. Let's go to the political screen, and let's see, they want performance-focused tires, giving a little bit more speed, but they're not quite as durable. I do not care either way, so we're going to abstain, and our voting power, yeah, we're up to 4 voting power right now. And, okay, rejected. Wow, in fact, nobody voted for that. Everybody, it looks like, is going to be more cost-conscious. So that was defeated soundly. Okay, look like we got several emails in here. Oh, we got caught speeding. So that makes you more marketable whenever you get caught speeding. And we've got an album release, more marketability. Yes, yes, please. Okay, sponsorship deals. Let's see, my assistant tells me that we're snagging some of the most lucrative sponsorship deals around. And our competitors are struggling to keep up. I like it. That is the name of the game. In fact, where are we right now? We're still at 70.2% overall team marketability. We need that to be a good bit higher to even think about the 5 stars. But it looks like we got one more race before we'll need to fill this slot. Several more before we have to worry about the fixed payment sponsors. Okay, I like it. Let's move on and get ready for our next race. So let's see how far we got on these. Wow, just a few points from being done here. Not very far there. Yes, I like this. This is definitely what we're after. Okay, you can see the money we're showing that we're going to lose has gone up, and that's simply because we took a lot of upfront money from our most recent sponsor. So no big deal. And we'll go 4, 6, and 5. There we go. And let's take a look at our parts just to make sure. You know, part of me thinks we could swap out and give car number 2 the much better parts, and hopefully we could still win with car 1 and get a lot more points for car 2, but I want to do everything to make sure we have our best shot at winning. And it's very tempting to try it, though. All right, looks like everything is where we want it to be, as I quickly glance down through there. So with that in mind, let's head to Phoenix. All right, practice and qualifying now done, and we showed some good speed in both practice and qualifying. We will be starting on the pole, and I believe car number 2 is starting in 5th or 6th, somewhere in that range. I forget exactly how it lined up, but we were only on the pole by a matter of thousandths of a second, so it was virtually a dead heat for the pole, but we did manage to pull it out. Of course, that means we get our sponsor objective, $325,000 for that. Very quickly, our knowledge bonuses. We've got, oh, we don't want the hard tire, we want the race trim. And then the engine expert there, and then the refueling bonus and race trim on car number 1. Okay, the setups worked out good. Unfortunately, the fuel is sort of in the middle. It's too much fuel for the medium tire, but not enough to get the full value out of the hard tire. So we're going to go hard tire and see how long we can get it to last, along with the fuel, and then we'll judge it from there. But I would imagine the hard tire is going to be the way to go. Okay, and of course we are going to be pushing at the very beginning, along with using the 3rd level on the engine. Ooh, let's spin this around. There we go. So yeah, 1st and 5th for the 2 cars. We go back to our normal car number 2 driver roster and the order they'll be coming in. So let's see what we got. Very interested to see, because Phoenix has not been one of our best speed tracks. So I'm very interested to see what we have here today. Okay, so far so good on the start. Nothing catastrophic so far. And tire heat definitely coming right on up there. Okay, let's go ahead and back off a little bit. We'll see what the tires end up doing. Of course, our driver form so far is pathetic. A 0.3, I mean, really? Yikes. Okay, so far so good. We are first and fifth, just like we started. Looks like we're not really coming down off that tire heat, so we'll go into conserve mode. Okay, we've got to try to make these things last. Now the soft tires, those guys, I don't even really worry too much about them because they are on a very different strategy than we are right now. Alright, tire heat is way up there, even on the hardest tire, and even running it on green, which basically means, oh, we've got a lockup that kills the tire wear. But essentially what that means is you cannot afford to get the tires overheated, because if you get them overheated, then it's hard to get them to cool back down, and that's what we're seeing right now. But overall, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. Look at that, we're down to a 0 on driver form now. That is, wow. Definitely not what we're looking for. Okay, now finally the tire heat has started to come back down to much more manageable levels on both cars. Okay, and we see that those soft tires, wow, 20, maybe 20, what, 22, 23 minutes, and they're coming in, yeah, they're coming in to the pits, so they were running those things extremely hard. And so our focus here is just going to be on continuing to be smooth and try to build up as much of a lead as we can. We got to take care of these tires, we got to take care of the car. And I'm particularly interested to see what we can do with car number 2. I'm looking for really good things out of them in this race. As a matter of fact, if we should be able to do a really good 3-stop race with them. Unfortunately, 2 stops might be a bit too much to ask from them, but at this point, I'm very interested to see if we're going to be able to do that with car 1. If you watch the fuel and just sort of gauge the fuel here versus the time, it's going to be close. And I really don't want to turn down the engine mode if I can get by with it, because I just, at this point in time, prefer running for speed. That's more fun to me right now. Okay, let's go ahead and go back and push a little bit more. I'll try to be a little bit more focused on watching these tire temps as we do this. So far so good. They appear to be climbing, but not a huge amount and not very quickly. So that's good. A nice steady amount. Okay, let's go ahead and back off on both cars. Don't want to get them too hot. Okay, there you go. Fastest lap. I like it. Okay, lead is around 10 to 11 seconds. And we're about to reach our 45-minute time frame, so that is excellent. We're still going. We're almost out of stamina here on car number 2, but I'm going to keep going as long as I feasibly can. And the reason simply being that the longer we can go here, that's less we're going to have to go with one of our other drivers toward the end. Alright, back to conserve. And we're going to be close on the fuel. Alright, almost time for our first pit stop, which will be for car number 2. And boy, things are going quite nicely, in fact. I wish they had more stamina over here with these drivers, because things are looking very good. Okay, let's go back. All right, so I'm trying to push it a little bit further with car number 2, simply because we're so close to being able to make it to that hour level. So close. All right, let's go ahead and do that first pit stop. We'll go ahead and swap out drivers, another set of hard tires, and fill it up with fuel. Okay, there we go. So we'll get that out of the way. And then we will hopefully have that done in time, just in time to bring in car number 1 for their pit stop. There we go. Time is here. Let's go ahead and put Lee in the car. Tire choice is going to be the hard tire. Once again, you can see we got plenty of tire left on there. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to go conserve, and we're going to drop a little bit on the fuel mode right now, because I'm going to see if we can't, with the combination of these two, save maybe another couple of laps. If we can save another couple of laps, then that would be pretty awesome and enable us to go maybe the distance we need. Okay, that, in fact, I'm going to let this tire temp drop a little bit more. Again, if we can't do this on 3 stops reasonably, then it's no good. If we can do it on 2 stops, then that's even better. All right, right now everybody has come in for their first stop, and we have a nice 13 to 14 second lead. In fact, Tang is running at a 7.9 clip. That is very good. Okay, let's back off a little bit there. Okay, I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive with car number 1 this time, because we didn't get anywhere near running out of tire that last time. So we were in great shape. Okay, and we're at least in the ballpark for about 5th to 6th, somewhere in that range. So if we can keep up the pace here, we might be in for a good finish. And of course, we need all the points we can get if we have any desire to catch up to the championship leader. All right, there you go. Wow, these guys are pressing really hard on these hard tires to catch us, which it's working, but they're also crushing their tires. So we're not going to spend a lot of time worrying about that. Okay, again, just trying to buy a little bit of extra time over here on car number 2. If we can make this on 2 stops, I'm trying to make that a possibility. Okay, time to back off. If nothing else, if we see we're going to have to make a 3rd stop, then we can make it a short one, and we can just blast away on that speed as much as possible. But yeah, we're keeping within range here. All right, so they've sort of shown their hand here. They've gone to the medium tire. They are on their 2nd pit stop. So yeah, they're showing their hand. So we're 35 minutes into this stint for car 2, and everything looks really good here for a nice long stint. The tire wear is not bad at all. Tire heat looks good, and the speed overall is not terrible. You can see we're starting to get back here with some of these other folks, but I think the number of pit stops could be a deal breaker for us here. All right, now the lead has ballooned to over 30 seconds. Wait a minute, that can't be right. Yeah, there we go. It said 50-something seconds there for a moment, and I knew that didn't look right. Okay, trying to save as much of this stamina as I can by running green on car 2. All right, 46 minutes in. Yikes. Let's back down a little bit more on the engine and see if we can't make it to where we need to be. It's going to be extremely close. Now, car 1, we have absolutely no issues here with stamina. That's the joys of having 90 plus on stamina on all your drivers, or thereabouts. Okay, let's go ahead and go back up to neutral for a short period of time anyway. All right, so we're at 53 minutes. And I am loving the idea of doing a 2-stop race for both cars. I mean, we're going to be right on the edge of making this happen. All right, we've got a nice big lead here. I'm going to back off with both cars. All right, so we are about to make it to the point where we could do this on one more stop. There you go. We're at the 1 hour mark at this point. So from that perspective, we're looking really good. And I'm going to keep going. You can see Tang has just about run out of steam, though. And of course, both of these guys are out of fuel. Now, here we go. Can we make it? I don't think she's quite going to have what we need to make it, but if we can get close, I'm just going to have her do it. I'm going to have her do it, and we're going to see what we can get done here. Okay, so car 2 comes in first. We're going to have to watch our fuel. All right, there we go. So we should be gone in plenty of time. Let's go ahead and set up our what we hope to be our final pit stop. Fuel options, of course, fill it up. There we go. All right, so we're going to stay on conserve as much as we possibly can for car 2. And I'm also going to try to save a little bit of fuel here at the beginning of the stint. Because now you see a lot of these soft tires, medium tires, that's going to be more pit stops for them. Okay, let's go ahead and back down. So we're in really good shape here with car number 1. We're in very good shape. We'll see how this all works out for car number 2. You can see it's showing us with excess fuel. That's not really the biggest issue. Right now, the biggest issue is going to be the stamina. We're going to stay in the green as much as we can with the driving style. Okay, let's go ahead and go up to high mode. Try to get a little bit more speed here. But we're going to stay in the green still as much as we can. All right, so you see our lead it appears to have shrunk, but you have to take into account what kind of tires they're on. Same thing down in here. You see pit stops are happening. And then ultimately, we'll just see who's going to make this on 2 stops and who's not. I see some cars that look like they can get this done. Okay, let's go up to neutral, get a little bit of heat in the tires. But I'm not going to keep it up here for very long. Maybe a couple of laps, and then we'll go right back to the green. All right, there we go. Let's go right back to the green. Okay, let's take a look at lap times. Of course, car number 1 is right up there with anybody on lap times most of the time, at least when you look at same tire. So otherwise, A little bit slow on car 2. You can definitely see that. But we're hoping on some guys making an extra pit stop that we are not making. Okay, let's go back to neutral once again. All right, we are right here with these guys. You can see we're within 4 to 5 seconds of a couple of cars. There we go. In fact, let's let it go a little bit longer. 23 minutes left in this race. See what the lap times look like when we actually open them up. Okay, not terrible. Again, still not extremely fast, but not terrible. Okay, let's go back to conserve. I almost thought I saw rain right there, but thankfully it doesn't look like I did. Eyes are playing tricks on me. All right, both cars showing excess fuel. That's perfect. I want to make sure that we had enough fuel to make it to the end. It does us no good if we don't have enough fuel. All right, let's see what everybody's doing about pushing. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people in the blue right now. And then every once in a while, they'll jump up to the red. Okay, lap times looking good. Let's go full red on the engine. No reason to do it on car 1 because we have a huge lead. But I do want to see if we can pick up some positions here. We need to pick up at least one more. At least. And that is going to be difficult, unfortunately. All right, we're down to the final 9 minutes. We're running low on stamina, but we're just going to have to go and give it everything we've got. No reason to hold back now. Okay, yes, low stamina, but this is no time to worry about it now. We got to go. In fact, oh, look at that. Soft tires, and they're coming right behind us. That is not going to help our condition. Okay, we got condition issues. Okay, we're down to 28 there. In fact, I'm not even going to look anymore. We're coming down to the very end. All right, come on. We got to give it everything we've got here. 30 seconds. Push. All right. We're, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. All right, there you go. There you go. Okay, so we were right there. We were right there. A couple of seconds between about 4 cars. Right there. So we'll take that. We'll take that. Again, we'd like to have more points out of car number 2, but at this point, we'll take all the points we can get, even if that's only a small amount. Okay, so we'll bring home 11 points total. And, of course, we'll bring home the trophy. And, wow, look at that. We made up a ton of points here. We're down to only 6 out. And, of course, you have to keep in mind that the last race of the season is double points. I'm not a big fan of doing that because that puts a whole lot on one race. But it is double points. So if we could come in with a big race there, then that's really probably what's going to swing this. Looks like we're going to be pretty close, within 10 or so points as it seems to oscillate back and forth from week to week. But we're at least within shouting distance after 7 long rounds. But we've got some time to go. We got 3 more races to go. Let's go ahead and move through here. This should have been a good race for the morale on car number 2, since they did get up into the points. But let's see how that went. Maybe. There we go. All right, so driver form was pathetic for Sophia. It was amazing for Lee, and just sort of so-so for Petra. Okay, and then on car number 2, let's see what we've got. Okay, no, they all lost. And I just really don't get that. I mean, your car number 2, you shouldn't expect to finish the best. I certainly didn't guarantee you that you were or promise you that you were, but oh well. We'll take it for what it is. And so we'll lose $836,000. Again, that's a little misleading because of all of the upfront money we took on our most recent sponsorship deal. But here we are back at our main menu, and once again we blasted our way through the competition and come home to a rather easy victory for car number 1. We just need a little work on car number 2. So here, if you look at the driver standings, we are way ahead of second place. But what we care about is the team championship. And it's obvious that it's a 2-team race, and we are right in the middle of it. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned next time where we'll be headed to Beijing in Motorsport Manager.